Good morning. I thought I'd come out here today and talk about why so many relationships are failing nowadays. And it's come from both sides, you know. All parties play a part in it, are responsible for the failure of today's relationships. But I wanna make y'all think about something to help y'all see something, all right? We living in a time where these women nowadays are not satisfied with nothing. And it's not all women. It's just some of them. But a lot of these women nowadays, man, are not satisfied with love. They're greedy and they want everything. They want everything else outside of love, which is supposed to be the main source of a relationship, or the main thing that runs the relationship. See, a relationship is like a train, all right? But it can't run without the engine, without the motor. That's what love is. And a lot of women don't understand that. So, outside of love, they want a man to have everything. They want him to be rich, successful, a thug. They want him to have the best sex on earth. They want him to be a porn star. You know, they got so many desires. And I understand that. Like, I can never understand how a woman thinks, because I'm not a woman. But it's just so many things that shows that these women nowadays are greedy. And there's a lot of women out there that got men with these qualities. Some of these qualities anyway. Because no man has it all. But they still not happy. They still not content with that man that they got in their life. They still don't appreciate that man. You know, the one, how you hear him complaining all the time about how men ain't faithful, and, you know, how men don't love them right, and how they don't spend time with them, and all of this. And then when you do all that, they still not grateful. They still not thankful. You know, like, that just shows that women are hard to please. You know what I'm saying? Like, on all levels, man. Like, mentally, physically, you know, like, they just hard to please, man. Like, it's hard to keep, you know, it's like you got to battle for their attention. Like, it's like nowadays in this world, you got to fight for their attention. You got to fight for their love. Like, and a lot of them have took that and using it, you know what I'm saying? Using it as an advantage, you know, on men. But let me tell y'all what y'all really doing. Y'all really are hurting yourself in the end, because you're going to realize this. When you get somebody in this life, that care about you, in this world where don't too many people care about each other, and people don't care about your well-being. People don't care if you live or die. People just want to use you. But when you really get somebody who genuinely cares about you and checks up on you and makes sure that you straight, even before they, you know, take care of themselves, and you get a man that want to protect you and want to love you, give you the things that you need, when you don't have that no more, you're going to see the difference. You're going to see that running out here chasing after these men who you think got everything you want, is not what you need. And we all got to go through that battle, man. Even us men. I'm not gonna put it all on a woman because us men, we got to go through that too. Like we be looking at these girls on the internet and think they look so good, and they look so pretty and they body so nice, and we think that that's what we want. Like it's lust. It's a difference between what you lust and what you think is good for you. If you understand what I'm saying, like and when to tell you the truth, when us men look at these girls, 9 times out of 10, all we thinking is lust. We just want to have sex, because she pretty or she got a nice body or something like that. But the people that can't see that it's deeper than that, I never be satisfied, man, because it's just like a high. It's like when you first get high, you chasing after that same high because you love that feeling that it gave you the first time that you got high. So that's how you get trapped, in getting high because you start chasing after that same high. And every time you get high, no matter how many years or how many drugs you do, you never get that same feeling you got the first time. And it's the same thing with us men chasing these women, man. Because we looking for that high. It's the thrill of chasing them and getting them. Like, it's like, we both hunters. Like women are hunters and us men are hunters too. Like we hunt for what we want. Like we know how to hunt. That's our natural born gift. Like that's the way God made us. But what you're gonna find out is that you're never gonna get that high that you got when you got that woman, or that man that really loved you and really loved you right how he was supposed to, or really loved you the way God told him to. Like, that time, however long y'all was together, and the love and the happiness y'all was experiencing, that's a blessing. I want you to understand that. And, for y'all to be at peace with each other and to live and laugh, and that's the stuff you're going to miss. But these girls think it's all about, the sex, having the best sex, and spending a man money and going trips all over the world. That's not what you're going to be thinking about. That's not what you're going to be thinking about. You think that's what you're going to be thinking about. It might go cross your mind one time, how he took you to Paris or how he took you to France. You seen the Eiffel Tower and all of this. That's good for memories, but what you really going to think about is how that man loved you, how he held you in his arms, and how he was there to talk to you and how y'all had those deep conversations, the intimacy. Like, that's what you really going to think about. You're going to think about, how he was a friend to you when you can't find no other friend out here in the world. Like when people start, when you go out here chasing after that, everything that you think you want, people gonna start hurting you. Men gonna start hurting you, man. You're gonna think that, that this what you want, but you're gonna find out when you get it that, you can't have that man by yourself. And a lot of us men gonna find out we can't have that woman by ourselves. It just don't work like that. And that shows you how wise God is too. Because God made one man for one woman. And a lot of us just got to figure that out, man. And we can't see that. When we get that special one in our life, man, that's a gift from God. That's not to be taken for granted. No relationship is going to be perfect. Nobody is going to be perfect. Like, we're going to have ups and downs. We're going to go through this. But the thing at the end of the day is you're going to realize is that no matter what, this person is my friend. No matter what, I ain't got to worry about this person stabbing me in my back. I know at the end of the day, this person loves me. Like this person is going to be there when I need them to be there. And that is what you should want for. People got to separate their needs from their wants. And a lot of women don't know how to do that. And that's why so many relationships fail nowadays, man, because these women are not satisfied with only love. They don't only want love. They want everything else outside of that too. They want your friends, they want your cousins. They want, your father, whoever look good to their eyes. Whoever they think got some money or got a nice car or got something going, whoever lit or popping, at that time, that's what they want, man. And they overlook the very important thing that they need. and that they really want, but they just don't know they want, and that's love. We all need love, man. We all need somebody to love us and make us feel like we not alone in this world. Because outside of our family, I mean, like we feel alone, and most of us don't even deal with our family. So who else we got in this world? We got a couple people that we call our friends, but most of them is not really our friend, and they not dependable. When it's time for you to need somebody to depend on, and that's these are the type of things that we got to think about, that we got to talk about, man. And this stuff be on my heart to talk about it, because it be a lot of stuff that I see, and I want to help enlighten people. I want to help open up, people's eyes, man. But a lot of relationships are fail because, we get tricked out of our blessing, man. We get tricked out of the one in our life who really love us, and we got to start fighting for that. We got to start fighting for that woman in our life. We got to start fighting for that man in our life. We can't just let, the devil have him, or we can't just let the world have him. Like, we can't just let the streets have him. Like, they got this saying now, she belonged to the street, he belonged to the street. Like, you can't just let the streets have him. Love is not easy, but it ain't worth keeping if you don't got to put up a fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all got to fight. Our day-to-day, everyday activities, and it involves us fighting for something. We got to fight to get up out the bed every day. We got to fight to get up to go to work. We don't want to do that. We got to fight to provide for our kids. We got to fight, to discipline our kids. Like, we got to fight against evil. Like, everything involves a fight. So, you might as well just come to terms with that. And no, it's not easy all the time, but it's worth it. But it's just, a lot of these women out here nowadays, man, they so self-centered, and they so in love with themselves that a man can't even be in love with them. Because they feel like once they got their nails done and their hair done, and they got a little money, man, that, they God's gift to the universe. Like, y'all are, but, like, you not, they just so self-centered, man. Like, they don't even want to have a conversation with a man if he not, praising them or glorifying them, or they want to be put on the highest pedestal, in the world. But what you got to understand is that you got to earn that spot in a man's life. You just don't step in just because you look good or got a nice body and think, a man gonna put you on a pedestal. It don't work like that. You're gonna have to earn that. And the same thing us men got to do. Just like we just can't come and have sex with y'all. Like, we got to take y'all on a date. We got to, romance y'all. We got to, certain things we got to do before we even get the prize. And it's the same thing with women, man. Like, you can't just because, you look good, or you feel as though your body is nice and your butt is fat and all this, but you just think that a man gonna put you on the highest pedestal. Like, nah, it don't work like that. You gotta work for that. You gotta show a man that you worthy of that. Like, if you're not worthy of that, ain't no man gonna put you there. Like, ain't no man going, well, I ain't gonna say no man, because a lot of men do it, and they find out the hard way. But I'm just saying, you don't just walk into a man's life. Like, you gotta go through something. Like, that man gotta see that you worth all the work he about to put in for you. Like, he gotta see that you worth that, and it's only right. Because that's how so many people get tricked and fooled out here, man. But it's just these girls nowadays, man, like, and it ain't all of them. I'm just saying, but you can see that they so self-centered, man. Like, they so stuck up and so stuck on themselves. And I ain't gonna get too deep into it, because I know that it got a lot to do with how we treated women. Like, us men, we some of the blame for it too. How we treated women, how we cheated on them, and we some of the reason why they act the way they do. So I just want y'all to know I understand that too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about, like, nowadays, man, it's like, it's more than a full-time job trying to keep a woman, man, when it shouldn't even be that hard. It should be natural, man, like nature. Like, it should be easy. Love shouldn't be hard, man. God didn't intend for love to be hard for nobody, man. But we make it hard. And it feel like it's a full-time job messing with these girls nowadays, or trying to get with these women. Because they so independent and so, they look so good that they ain't worried about one man. Like I got plenty of men chasing me. I got plenty of men in my inbox. I got plenty of men messaging me. Like that's how they feel, man. Like, and the work that you got to put in for that, just the energy that you got to put in to chase that woman right there, it's not worth it, man. Not for me anyway. I'm not going through that. Like, yeah, I might like you and I might be attracted to you, and because that's natural. That's human nature. Of course, I'm going to be attracted to you, but it's a difference between attraction and intellectual connection. It's a difference between attraction and a connection. So you got to distinguish them two too. Like you could be attracted to a person, but y'all don't have a real connection. Like heard something in a spirit don't fit right with your spirit. It's a bad feeling that you get about this person, and that's how God protect us. That's on both sides, men and women. So you got to listen to both of that. You got to listen to the attraction, and that's your lust and all that. But you also got to listen to your spirit, something to say, just something ain't right about her. It's just something that I don't feel is right. You know what I mean? Like it's just something that make me don't want to deal with her. You got to listen to both of them voices, and then you got to make a choice. But you know what we do? We let the small head win instead of this head right here. And that's why so many people get involved with girls, who mess their life up, man. You got to really judge the people that you let in your life. You really got to judge the person that you decide to get in a relationship with. You got to look at a lot of things, like what do this person got going on for themselves? Like what type of mother would she be? Or how do she feel about kids? Or, like these the questions we neglect to ask. And these the things that we neglect to find out about a person. And then before you know it, we didn't put a ring on and got ourselves stuck and filled with a life full of pain. And that's just how it is. A lot of us are finding out the hard way, man. We just jump in rings. Everybody just putting their finger up, jumping in rings. Like, you mess your whole life up like that, man. But you just gotta evaluate. And let me say this, nobody is perfect, because I'm not. I'm not by a long shot. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to love a woman, all right? And that's the real quality that a woman should want out of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how to really love a woman. I know how to, treat her and how to put her first, and how all this stuff I had to learn though. I wasn't always like this, but I had to learn this. God had to teach me this. Like, it's stuff that we got to be taught. If these little boys ain't taught at home, if they don't have a big brother or a big cousin or a father that's teaching them how to love a woman, how they ever gonna know? Only thing they're gonna learn is what they see on TV or what they see on the internet or how the thugs in the street treat women. And that's how I was raised. So I didn't value women like I do now. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when I was out there hustling, because everything was so fast. Women they was coming so fast. Like, why would I settle for one when they come in so fast? Like I leave a hotel, go to another hotel, another girl there waiting for me. Like, if it's so easy, like why would I stop? But that's the mind that a lot of these men are trapped in. And y'all girls got to understand that. You got to make that man value you. You got to make him see your worth. And if he don't, you're going to have to cut that man off because he's not no good for you, ladies. And the same thing for men. You got to make those women see your worth. And if they don't see the potential and the worth in you to be a husband or be a king in their life, or, to lead them or help them, build an empire with them, or the things that you can do for them, then you got to let them go too, man, because they didn't see. That's not your fault. That's their fault. It's like you doing all this digging in the ground, right? And you looking for diamonds. But, you digging and you see a diamond down there in the dirt, but you ain't get to it yet. And you keep on digging. You're like, nah, that ain't it. I'm going to go over here and dig over here because I don't think that's nothing. It's the same thing, man. A lot of people don't see they diamond, so they stop digging. But I ain't going to stop digging. I'm going to keep on digging until I find my diamond. That's how it got to be, man. But I like to talk about stuff like this because we don't talk about real stuff no more, man. Like, we don't talk about stuff that affects us, as people, as humans, as a people. And in order to love somebody, remember this: you got to love yourself first. First, you got to love yourself before you can even love somebody else. So if you don't love yourself, man, you might as well go back to the lab, and sit down and start working on yourself, start reading the word of God, and start loving God. No, you got to love God first. Then you got to love yourself. But, you got to let him teach you. So you might as well just go back to the lab, because everything that you done learned out there on the street is not how you treat women. Everything you learned out there when you was hustling, everything that you was doing, that is not how this thing called life go. And when you get older, you're going to figure that out. Because, a lot of people stuck in that world. I was stuck in that world. Like, where I had multiple girls or plenty of girls all the time. My phone was filled up with girls, and I could call another girl every other day if I wanted to, stuff like that. Like, constantly getting girls' numbers at the mall, the movies, whatever. Like, it was the chase. But when you become a man, you start to realize that you don't want to give all women in the world. You just want to give that one that God gave you. You'll start seeing things different, man. And when you get that one that you love, you'll be like, yeah, I really want to give this woman everything. I really want to give her the world. Like, that be the desires of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, not literally give him the world, but you want to. Well, I could speak for myself, but when you after you realize everything that I realized, you get eyes like, I want to show this woman different. Like, I don't know what she's been through in her life, but I want to show her that all men are not the same. I want to show her that a man could really love her. Like, a man could really be her companion, be her best friend. Like, that's how I felt. That's how I feel about my woman. Like, I want to show her that. And you'll start to get those desires, and that's how you know when you becoming a man. But when you're a boy, you out here chasing any and everything up the street. You know what I'm saying? Anything that look good or anything that got some weight on its back, you chasing it, and a chase. But, like the Bible say, when you become a man, you put away with childish things, man. But like I said before, I got off topic a little bit, but a lot of these women, man, they just too self-centered to have love in their life, man, because they too in love with themselves. Like, they too in love with looking good and their nails done and they hair and looking better than the next girl, or what this girl got to say about her relationship. And you can't be in a relationship with a woman like that, because she can't focus, man. She more focused on what girls saying about this person and what people saying about her, and talking about, she the one, and girls might as well give it up because she won, and all that Nicki Minaj stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be in a relationship with these Nicki Minajs, man, or these Megan Thee Stallions. Like, they messing these girls' minds up, man. Like, I be hearing some girls say some crazy things, like these rappers. And she talking about if he a rich dude, she gonna have sex with him till he ain't one. See how they think? Like, you can't get in no relationship with nobody like that, man. They ain't got no mind. You gotta have a woman that know what she want, you know what I'm saying, and is ready to receive love. Because if she not ready to receive it, you can love her all you want, man, but she gonna reject it. She ain't gonna see the worth in it and the love you trying to give her. So you gonna have to leave that woman alone. But thanks to everybody out there, man. If you like my video, like and subscribe to my YouTube. It's Moose the King, Moose. Then it's a space, the THAKING on YouTube. Like and subscribe, man, and let me know, y'all hear me out there, man, because I try to talk to people. I try to help, people to see, the things that I see. And I only see because God give me the eyes to see now. I was once blind like everybody else. So, y'all show me some love, man. And everybody out there, have a good day.